I have a lot of experiences with HIV. First, being diagnosed with it, I was in denial for a long time. It was from an experience I had with a young man I was in a relationship with. He never did tell me, and he died. I kept putting it off. I kept telling myself, I have it, but I just kept pushing it aside. I guess that's the reason why I waited so long, and by the time I was tested, I was already sick. Full blown. Everything. That was traumatic for me. Not only finding out that I was HIV positive, but that I had full-blown AIDS. That was in '96. It was a death sentence back then. At the time, I was married and had 3 children, and I had to tell my wife and my kids that they all had to be tested. But thank God, telling my family, only my mom and dad knew for a long time, until 2002 when I got sick again. I was getting ready to die, and so I was admitted to the hospital. So I just told them, I'm getting ready to die and I have AIDS. They supported me. I thought they would be so negative because I come from a holiness Pentecostal background where everything's a sin. You can't play basketball, you can't do anything, everything's a sin. I just didn't want that stigma. When I found out I had HIV, I went to the Newberry Medical Clinic. My wife kept telling me, you need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the doctor. I had the fever and everything, so I went to the doctor and immediately they put me in the hospital. But I wouldn't let them test me for HIV. That was in January of '96 and I didn't get tested until April of that year. I went on and let them do it, full blown. I think my CD4 was at 0, so I had no immune system. Nobody else knew. Just me and my wife. I kept missing work because of the fact that the medicine made me so sick. You had 6 pills in the morning, 6 pills in the afternoon, and 6 pills at night. You had to eat, but you had no appetite. I could be sitting at my desk at work, at the computer, and I would just pass straight out. The medicine made me that sick, so I had to keep going home. Whenever I would have those episodes, it would just wipe me out. We finally told my in-laws. And my mother-in-law, she lived in Gary, Indiana. So whenever we would go to visit, I would have to eat out of separate plates. And she would tell my ex-wife, make sure you use bleach in the water because you don't want to get it. She wasn't educated, and that was hurtful for me. So I kept it a secret for a long time until 2009. And when I was incarcerated, I kept it a secret there too, because the people there were definitely not educated. We had our doctor's appointments, we had our own private room, everybody had their appointments at the same time, and nobody said a word, especially not in the prison yard. The inmates there, they called it the ninja. I said, what the heck is a ninja? I would get so angry because they would be sitting around talking saying, so-and-so got the ninja. I would say, no. Call it for what it is. HIV is what it is. Don't be ashamed of it. You need to educate yourself. But I would never tell them that I had it. Why are people like that? How would you feel? I mean, they would just be sitting around talking, saying, stay away from so-and-so. He got the ninja. When I got out of prison, I was connected with the 550 clinic. You had the same doctors all the time, and they were so happy to see me. I mean, my doctor, he just gave me the biggest hug. He treated me like a regular person, out of respect. The nurses there treated you with respect. It was like a good one-on-one. They knew me when they saw me. They say, oh, there's Bubba. It was a wonderful clinic. My church family, they accepted me for who I am, but I never threw it in their face. But I am who I am. I had one person come to me though, and I had to let them know, look, I'm gonna live my life and you live yours. Jesus loves me and I love him, and that's all there is to say about it. What caused me so much stress back then was when I was living in a boarding house. It's so hard to find a place to live when you have a felony. But now I got my own apartment, and my goal is to get a real nice sized condo for me and all my grandkids to come over and visit. And whenever I would get stressed out, I would just pray. I say, Lord, I put it in your hands. I know you're going to bless me, and whenever you're ready, I'm ready. Looking at HIV support, I have everything I need. My ex-wife, oh, she helps me with everything. To this day, she is my best friend, my support, and a remarkable woman. She goes with me to all my appointments. Being that I'm a homosexual, I cheated in the relationship. Even though she had to tell me, I have to divorce you. We were best friends before we got married. We were married for 28 years. We have 3 wonderful children and many grandchildren. I love the HIV support groups. I'm a talker in case you didn't know. You meet a lot of good people in the support groups, and you need it. Like the buddy dinner, oh man, it's so nice. It happens every month. Everybody dealing with HIV and their families all come together to have a nice dinner, and you get to meet people that's just like you. It's sponsored by the House of Ruth. I want to tell older African Americans dealing with HIV to stay positive. I know life has its ups and downs, but you gotta stay focused, take care of yourself, go to your doctor's appointments. Just be happy. It was a death sentence back then. Now it's not. The medicine is much better now than it was back then. Just live your life and be happy. I know life causes stress, but you gotta stay afloat. Stay positive, have goals, exercise, and surround yourself around positive people. Tell yourself, what am I gonna do next week? What am I going to accomplish? I can do it even though I'm living with this disease. I'm gonna be 57 soon, and I wanna live till I'm 75. 80 with good health. I wanna live till I'm 100. I've been living with this disease for almost 20 years, and I'm more happy now than I was when I was first diagnosed. Know that you are a survivor, and know that you can do it.